Ninja's brother on stream yesterday revealed the home city of Kick streamer Action Man while also accusing Action of fake swatting himself, according to a local police officer he spoke to. So Ninja's currently in some drama involving doxing Ninja's brother and his longtime fan and friend of his brother. None of the major drama channels are covering this right now, apart from Red Fox Comms on YouTube, so I thought I would also cover it today and let you guys know what's up. Let's go.
While out with your girl, giving her the D.
Ninja is a very popular streamer you guys I am sure have all heard about. He blew up around 2017 off of Fortnite streams, and while he's not in his prime right now, he's not at his peak in terms of popularity, when he does go live he pulls decent viewers, he has a good sized audience, and there's no doubt that he's left a significant footprint on the internet, He's a part of streaming history right now. At one point he was actually the most popular streamer on the entire internet, period. And I know a lot of people do not like Ninja these days, they say he fell off, but I still think he's a good guy and I like him. I respect the grind he was on a few years ago, and he really is a very respectable person to me. Then you have Ninja's brother, John Blevins, who's also a Fortnite streamer. He has a decent sized following on platforms, and if you're into Fortnite and use TikTok, it's likely that you've seen his content before.
No! Dude, I tried to take the thing. I thought that was such a smart play.
And then we have Action Man, who is a Kick streamer at the moment with almost 30,000 followers. He also has an Instagram with about the same amount of followers. And from what I can tell, he's more of a variety streamer. He calls random people on stream. He talks He's not really in the same genre as Ninja and his brother John, but, they're obviously all streamers. Well, all three of these dudes have become embroiled in some pretty crazy drama, and it all goes back to this new live streaming site, Kick, which it seems like I'm talking about in every video, really is becoming a formidable force. So on April 2nd, Action Man tweeted out thanking Kick for changing his life because of the amount of money he's now making on the site, and it's really improving his situation in his life. Shout out to Trainwrecks and Kick for making the payments process smooth. You would need 16,000 subs on Twitch for this. This is around 7,000 on Kick. This is literally life-changing. Make the switch to Kick today and live a life you never thought you could. And here he is showing that his next scheduled payout will be just a touch over $38,000, which is big money. Good for him. Most people don't even make that in a year, and yet here's this dude presumably making it in 1 month. So good for him. Clearly he doesn't take it for granted, and he's thanking the website and its director for making this possible. And he's really just thankful that he was allowed to get to this point, to get to this nice cushion of financial freedom. It warms my heart to see the success of others, guys. No, I'm a drama YouTuber. It actually warms my heart to see them fucking fail. Just kidding. Regardless, he's thanking Kick for this majorly, right? So who could have a problem with a post like this? Well, as it turns out, Ninja may have had an issue. So one day later, this account tweeted out, "Very curious to see how these Kick streamers posting big payouts fare next month and the month after, because 95% of your revenue coming from gifted subs is extremely volatile." And Ninja responded by saying, "Been looking at this constantly. Every single streamer posting the revenue, 99% of subs are gifted. It does a great job showing the possibility of how much can be made, but it's incredibly unstable. Lots of reality checks about to happen, right? And we get it. 95% of sub revenue is great. We can all do the math on our own subs to figure out how much we could make on Kick. The question is, will viewers move platforms, and will they pay to sub? You know better than anyone the struggles of switching to a new site. And this is honestly a fair statement to make. Like, this makes sense in my opinion. If a lot of those subs are gifted, then when those gifted subs go away, we could be seeing a big decrease in revenue for people like Action Man. And Ninja here is making a fair point if this claim is true, basically saying that Kick may not be as financially beneficial for people as many are making it out to be, These big payouts will probably not be consistent. But at the same time, a lot of people saw this as kind of throwing shade at Kick, which is something people are obviously very passionate about given it's this new site. It competes with Twitch, which a ton of people hate, and for Action Man and many people like him, this site has been absolutely life-changing. And at the same time, this could be seen as some sort of slight to Action Man's recent success. You could say it sort of discounts it. I probably wouldn't read it that way, but you could make the argument like, oh, well, as soon as he tweets out this big month, right, this huge successful month, probably the most money he's made in his life at one moment, as soon as Action Man tweets this out, the brother of his friend is tweeting out like, oh yeah, I mean, maybe that's cool, but it's not all that. It's probably gonna go away really soon. It may have felt like a kick in the gut for him, you know what I mean? And keep in mind, Action Man and Ninja are familiar with each other to some extent. I believe that Action Man and Ninja's brother, John, are actually like good pals, or were at some point. At least according to hearsay, basically. Now, firstly, Trainwrecks responded to this Twitter thread by saying this. Actually, the gifted subs to regular subs counter is a glitch at the moment. Currently, all gifted subs supersede regular subs because once gifted, there's no option for community members to convert their sub into a real sub. So if you get gifted before you can sub, you're stuck stuck on Gifted. We're rolling out a fix on this soon. And here he is trying to kind of defend the honor of his site, you know, and make it seem like it's kind of a technical issue we're having. A lot of those gifted subs are not truly gifted subs. We're just having an issue like switching these people over. So he's trying to defend the honor of the site, right? But Action Man weighed in by being like, you know, I look up to Ninja a lot, and I don't really know what this statement means. Honestly, as someone that's looked up to Ninja for years, it's definitely hurt my feelings to read, and I'm wondering what he meant by it. I mean, to me, it's kind of obvious what he meant by it, but I think that this guy is responding here because it seems like Ninja is referencing him. Maybe he feels like it's somewhat of a personal slight or something. Now, you probably think that this drama would end here, right? It's not even drama at this point. It's kind of nothing. But as it turns out, a lot of people have been talking about this in the community and on Twitter. A lot of people were talking about Kick. Obviously, is this a new live streaming site? Obviously, with Ninja being involved, who is formerly one of the most like popular streamers in the world, people are going to talk about it. And on April 6th, this is 4 days after the initial tweet about the payout, this thing went fucking nuclear. Hey Ninja, why did your brother decide to claim to talk to a Vernon Hills police detective and lie about me swatting myself? It's one thing to not like me or what I have to say, but to claim I swat myself or my own family when you know it's a lie is completely crossing the line. You said this in front of 10,000 people, and my sister has her kid living there. Why did you lie, dox me, then put my family in danger over nothing? And attached here is this video of Ninja and his brother talking about the Action Man on their live stream.
Here's the thing with Action Man, dude. It's all, every literal thing he does is an act, and he doesn't want people to know that, but it is. It's all an act.
I mean, whether it is or it's not, I just think that
all an act. No, I'm telling you,
it's just like have some respect. I wasn't even talking shit. Like, that's the thing. I wasn't saying anything bad, right?
Dude has swatted himself.
Listen. I'm just saying I've made
my good friend Ty, my best friend, is or is not a detective with Vernon Hills. Dude swats himself.
All right, interesting.
Keep my brother's name out of your mouth.
I appreciate you. I love you, John. Thank you for that. But that wasn't my point. Was to just touch on the gifted subs.
So in this clip, Ninja is not going like sicko mode. He's not going insane or anything. He's being pretty tame actually, and just being like, you know, I don't really want to rain on this dude's parade. I wasn't actually trying to like talk him or subtweet him. I just wanted to be realistic about the fact that I think a lot of these payouts are a bit exaggerated. A lot of them come from gifted subs, and you know, they're going to decrease and there's going to be way less revenue. And then all of a sudden, his brother on stream says that Action Man swatted himself, which is a crazy claim. He said that he spoke to a detective at his local police department, who also is his friend or something, who told him as much. And he also says the town that Action Man lives in, which is a very damning claim. And obviously, if this information about where he lives is not public, then that's also very damning for Ninja's brother, because that would support the claim that he doxed him, right? And on top of that, I mean, swatting is one of the worst things that can happen to streamers. It puts them in extreme danger, and in some settings, it's even resulted in death. And here, Ninja's brother is claiming that Action Man basically staged a swatting by calling the police on himself. And if that was true, then Action Man would be a piece of shit. The natural conclusion, if it's true, if this, you know, claim about Action Man is true, would be to say that he did it for sympathy or something, to get more like fan support from having something horrible happen to you, and then your fans hear about it and they donate to you, etc. So if that's true, that's a crazy claim, right? And on top of that, Ninja's brother also reveals the city he lives in, like I said on that stream, Vernon Hills, and Action Man is basically claiming through his tweet where he posts this clip that he's being lied about here, and a lot of people in the replies seem to think that Action Man is right. The way he just casually doxed you and Ninja didn't even care and proceeded to praise his brother, lol. I thought doxing wasn't allowed. And in fairness, this reply is not totally accurate. Like, Ninja didn't praise his brother. He was just kind of like, yeah, man, you probably shouldn't have said that. Like, Ninja was not excited about that. And with that being said, some other people in their replies also dispute whether or not this was actually doxing. This person replies with, you dox yourself, bro. Quit looking for more attention. And here we have a screenshot of an article showing that this guy was charged in a legal matter, which would mean that his info is already out there anyway, so it's not as if this info was private, right? The implication here is that Action Man was never actually doxed. This was all already public info. You can't dox someone with info that's public, and it would be different if his actual address would be mentioned, as that's considered sensitive, but really anyone can type Action Man into Google and boom, his full name, city, charges he's had, all right there front and center. His city is public info and all over the internet. There's quite literally nothing wrong with talking about public info. However, I do believe if he had an actual address, that would be wrong even if that's public, as an actual address is more sensitive. Now, even with all of that being said about how his town maybe was already public, you could argue it's shitty to just say this guy's location out loud in front of 10,000 people. He probably doesn't want it out there to that many people, you know, it just happened to be out there as a result of this prior charge, and as a result, well, you can argue it's shitty for Ninja's brother to say it out loud on stream and, you know, bring more scrutiny to this. If someone is previously doxxed and you then read out their location in a negative context, some may say that you're encouraging harm to come to them in real life, or at the very least, being reckless with your platform, being irresponsible, you know?
I'd be irate, dude. I mean, he's literally done nothing.
If I'm Ninja, I'm just literally mad.
Life.
But I'm saying, like, there's no way I can ignore this. Like, you're putting my family in danger. Why would you tell 10,000 people that I live in Vernon Hills? Are you insane? What are you doing? What are you doing?
It's just Tommy was bumbling, dude. Bearded
That is a
brothers
crazy,
Tommy
undefendable
was
thing,
bumbling.
man. What do you make of this, guys? I'm saying, like, you guys are probably in shock. I'm in shock, too. I'm in shock too, dude.
I mean, this dude seems pretty upset about this, and he seems to believe he could be in some real danger or something. Ninja's stream is a big platform, so he could have some negative consequences as a result of this. And specifically for someone like Action Man, who's definitely at the peak of his career right now, as far as I can tell, for someone to then go on stream and read out his location at the peak of his success, it really sucks. And furthermore, Ninja's brother actually ended up apologizing in messages for this, and was like, hey man, I thought that info was public as far as your location. I really didn't mean to do anything. I have kids myself, and I don't think that, you know, I would ever try to do something like that to you. It genuinely wasn't malicious. And this seems like a fair enough apology, like the dude is clearly trying to make amends, he feels bad. That being said, some took issue with this whole please don't post for the sake of my family thing, which makes people feel like he's trying to silence the whole thing and shut it up when, like, he's the person who made this whole mess public in the first place. And on top of that, what danger could John Blevin's family really be in from posting a private DM? You know what I mean? It's not like the private DM shows his address or anything, it's just him apologizing. If anything, wouldn't you want that apology to be public or something? Maybe it would make you look better, I don't really know. Now, supposedly there's some kind of legal dispute going on here as well, and for that reason, Action Man had to delete his tweet where he showed the DM between him and John where John was apologizing. But this whole thing just seems like a big mess right now, and I really don't know what to make of it totally, you know? Now, since all of this, there's actually been no updates on this situation. You know, when the story happened, when it first broke a few days ago, I figured we'd be hearing a lot more from those involved about how they feel. Maybe some more DMs would leak or something, but all parties at this time appear to be silent on the matter, and nobody really wants to change that. I wish there was more, guys. Believe me, as a drama vulture, as a content leech, I wish there was more to talk about, but at the moment, there really isn't anything else here, you know, for me to discuss. At the end of the day, if everyone involved decides to walk away, at least publicly, you know, what else can be done? Maybe Action Man will start doing streams, talking Ninja again. Maybe he'll do some interviews about it, but for now, he seems like he's kind of keeping his mouth shut, you know, he's keeping that zipper real tight. And obviously, Ninja and his brother are also keeping it tight because they're the ones who, you know, are the perpetrators, so to speak, in this situation, you know. Mostly Ninja's brother. Ninja was just kind of like uncomfortably sitting there, you know. Anyway, with that being said, what did you guys think about this whole situation? Was Action Man right, or was he actually never doxxed by Ninja's brother, given some of his info was already public? What happened to this whole allegation about faking a swatting? Why did this kind of just go away all of a sudden, and nobody seems to be talking about it, you know what I mean? Why make something like that up? Ninja's brother must have at least believed that in order to say it on a live stream to 10,000 people, unless he's actually just an evil piece of shit and wanted to, like, outright lie about this dude over petty Twitter drama, you know? What is the reality of that claim? We just don't know. Be sure to let me know what you think in the comment section down below, as it's always good to hear what you guys have to say. Leave a like if you liked it, leave a dislike if you disliked it. Follow my Instagram at TomButDark for awesome posts. Just the best posts ever, guys. Just so cool. And I'll see you all in the next video real soon. Bye.